to get on a Monday night. Like we're all tired. We're all, in bedtime mode, but thank you for being here. So I'm going to make this, it's probably going to be pretty quick. I don't know if I'm going to talk for the whole 30 minutes about this, but customer follow-up is so important. And actually like one of the coolest things about this business, because we can literally run it however we want, right? So the number one thing to remember in customer follow-up is always that the important reason why we do this is to make the customers feel important. So like above everything else, when you think about, writing the email or sending the letter or whatever it is, and you're like, shoot, I'll do it later. Just remember, like, making your customers feel important is the name of the game here. Okay. That's what's going to make people want to come back and want to purchase through you. So I'm going to run through just the importance of customer service first, and then I'm going to run through my personal best practices for customer follow-ups. I know that everyone does these totally different. So I think it would be cool to, at the end, to hear from some of you, because I was on Shauna's call last week, and just some of the stuff she said, I was like, oh man, I don't do that. Like I should do that. So I would love to hear from some of you guys, and just get some ideas and takeaways as well too. So, okay, the importance of customer follow-up. Why is it so important? Number one, it sets you apart from your competitors. Okay, so as we all know, there are tons of different competitors. There's, big brands like big boxes like Lululemon, Athleta, those ones. There are these smaller ones that honestly I don't know a whole lot about, but I see them all over Instagram, and they have like brand ambassadors, and I don't even really know what that is, to be honest with you. But the cool thing is about our business is we don't have like corporate people telling us like, this is how you're going to provide your customer service. This is how you're going to, contact your customers. This is how, like, the responses you're going to give them. Like, you guys, we can literally create this and make it whatever we want for our business. So making sure that we utilize that to our advantage is really, really big. So setting us apart from competitors. When you think about like a Lululemon or an Athleta or whatever it is, customer service and trying to contact them is challenging, right? So if you have an issue, and I know this because my husband was like a huge Lululemon fan before I started with Zaya, but if you have an issue, it's like, it is so hard to get a hold of somebody and to talk to somebody on the phone. With Zaya, obviously, we get to be the face of our brand, okay? So we don't have to rely on our customer service to create that experience for our customers. So I know that sometimes if someone has an issue, we do need customer service to be able to step in, and if they need to, send out a new pair or whatever, but we get to be the ones to be the initial contact when that happens. Okay. And that's huge. So make sure that you're using that to your advantage, because most other companies don't have that. And that's what's going to keep people wanting to come back and purchase through you. So number two, it improves experience and allows customers to feel comfortable. So this one was actually kind of challenging for me. I remember when I first started, I was almost scared to follow up with my customers. So I would do like the initial, thanks for your order, blah, blah, blah. But then the whole following up, like after they receive their product, I was like, oh man, what if they don't like it? Like, what am I going to do if they want to make a return? If I don't follow up with them, maybe they won't, reach out to me and make the return. You guys, like, that's a valid concern, but it is doing your customers zero service, and it's doing your business zero service, because I get distracted by the comments. I should turn that off. Because you are avoiding that, hoping that somebody doesn't reach out to you, those people are never going to come back and shop with you. Because I'm one of those people. So I'm one of those people, like, if I go to a restaurant and I order a burger without mayonnaise, because I hate mayonnaise, and a burger comes with mayonnaise, every single time I just like scrape it off. I don't want to say anything because I feel bad. I'm like, oh, I don't want the server to feel bad. Like, no, okay? And I should learn from that, because I know in this business, like, it's huge. Don't let that scare you. Fortune is in the follow-up, 100%. So definitely use that to your advantage. Don't be scared. I promise you, it's not scary. And more often than not, they're obsessed with their product. Another reason why it's important, it adds value, okay? It adds value, and it makes people want to continue with your business. So an example, this is actually an example that has to do with a restaurant again. So my in-laws were in town this week and we went to just like a local restaurant that we hadn't been to in months. And the server was so freaking nice, you guys. Like she remembered us. We had no idea who she was. She commented about our twins and how big they were getting. She commented about my in-laws and was like, "Oh, aren't you from South Dakota? I think I remember talking to you." You guys, that is amazing. Like the food was good, yeah, but what will keep us going back to that restaurant is that like she remembered all of that about us. And we didn't even remember her name. Like the face wasn't even familiar, but she took the time and like something that we did, it's probably because my kids were acting crazy, but something that we did like had that impact on her. And because she provided us with such an amazing customer like service experience, we're going to go back on her. Like we talked about, she told us how, you know, kids get free ice cream on their birthday, whatever. So we're already like planning their 5th birthday. They're like, we're so excited. So that's kind of like off the beaten path, but it's so important, you guys, to just like go out of your way 100% to give your customers like the most insane experience. Okay. And another amazing thing about this is it provides feedback for your business. So if you have, you know, a customer who, let's say that they got their order, but it was like dirty or whatever it is, like there were like lines on the stuff, whatever, and you reach out to them and they're like, "Hey, I love my product, but it came and it was kind of dirty, blah, blah, blah." Like these are good things to hear. This is like stuff that you can take back and, you know, talk to customer service about, or just like know in the future that these are like valid concerns. Or, "Hey, I got, you know, my light and tights and they fit different than my first light and tights." Like whatever it is, remember that whatever information they're telling you, whether it's good or bad, this is feedback for your business, and it's going to actually make your business stronger because you're going to be more prepared for whatever it is, and you're going to be more educated on, you know, whatever the reasons are that people are either loving or, you know, having trouble with the brand. And then one of the biggest things for your business as far as providing customer follow-up is it's going to provide more sales opportunities. Okay. So like I said about when you reach out and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I love my light and tights," right? They're so amazing. I love to do high intensity workouts. I never had to pull them up once. You guys, I'm a hot mess over here. I never had to pull them up once. They were amazing. You can be like, "That is so great. We have tons of colors. We have other styles that you would love. When you're ready for another pair, like let me know and I will help you find another one that you love." So that's a big thing too, is I know you don't obviously want to make it seem, you know, salesy when you're following up, but knowing what your customers like is a perfect opportunity to reach out when, you know, something launches, or if there's something that you think that they would love. So that's a big one too. So those are my biggest things about why customer follow-up is so important. I'm going to share with you my best practices and what I do. And then, like I said, don't take what you can, use what you can, but don't feel like this is like how you have to do your follow-ups for your business. So someone orders from me, right? The first thing I do is I thank them. If it's through a party on Facebook, I will shout them out in the party, right? I'll take a picture, or I'll like save the pictures of whatever products they ordered. I'll post it and say, "Hey, thanks, Leah, for your order. I'll reach out to you as soon as it ships and make sure you love it," or as soon as it arrives and make sure you love it. So that's the first thing I do. VIP group, I do the same thing. I post it all. If it's a friend or like family member, I either call or text. If it's someone I have no idea, or someone from like Instagram, I will send them just a quick email from whatever they use to order and just say, "Hey, thanks so much for your order. I'm going to reach out to you after it arrives and make sure you love it." Then the next thing I do is I will contact them when it ships. And it's not like a big thing. Like if it's on Facebook, I'll just comment on that initial thank you post and be like, "Hey, Leah, your order shipped. It should be there on Monday," or whatever it is. Just to let them know, like, I'm aware of the fact that it's shipped. I know that you're getting the emails, but I'm here. I'm excited for you to get your product. And like, I'm here to follow up with you. The next thing I do, so as soon as I get that shipment email, you guys, I send a thank you. And I really only send these to my new customers, okay? So if they order from me multiple times, I don't think they're going to want like a postcard every time. I've actually had someone, when I first started, I was doing them every time, and they're like, you don't need to. So I do it on new customers only. I got these postcards at Vistaprint, I believe. Leah, I think you got some too. Did you get yours at Vistaprint? Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where I got it. So the front just says, thank you, Zaya with Kate Noel. And then the back, I don't know if you guys can see this, it's so dark in here. It has my address, my website, at the bottom there. And I think I stole this from you, Leah. It says, in my appreciation, please reach out to receive 15% off your next item. And then under that, it says, post a review of your product on my VIP page and receive free shipping on your next order. So the thing I love about sending things in the mail is you can personalize them so much. So I also handwrite, hey, Leah, thanks so much for your order. I hope you love your new tank top. Please reach out to me with any questions or concerns. That's what I write. It's pretty simple, but the fact that I took the time to write the message on there is really big to people. If you don't have a postcard, you guys, like, this is what I used before, and these are great. There's like 25 of them. I got them at Target for $5, right? They're just little like blank cards. I write my thank you, and then I add my business card. Super simple. So that I do when their product ships. Then once I know that they've received their product, I'll usually follow up in a week. So I will reach out to them via email, or if it's, on Facebook, I'll use like the messenger or whatever. And I'll just be like, hey, Leah, are you loving your product? Let me know how it fits, how it feels, if there's anything that I can do to, help you. They 99% of the time respond and either say, hey, it's a little snug or whatever it is, or they say, hey, I love it so much. Thank you for reaching out. I really appreciate it. And that's honestly like the biggest part for me, is because I get a lot of feedback that way. So usually once they receive the order, I wait a week so they can, try it on and wear it, get a good workout out of it or whatever they want to do. And then I follow up. The last thing I do is I add all of those new customers who order, I add them to my email list. So I send out a weekly new release email, and I just do it through MailChimp. It's a free service. And it's really easy. You just make a template, and then I just replicate it every week and add the new products. So I add them to that email so that if they're not a Facebook friend, if they're not on Facebook, if they're not in my VIP group, they're still getting those emails that link them, that have links to all those things, right? So that'll have a link to my Facebook group, all that. And if any of you guys want that, I can send you what mine looks like. And I do that once a week. The only exception is if there's like a crazy promo, like the time we had sign on to be a rep for $195, then I sent an extra one, right? So it was something outside of the new release Wednesdays. But it sounds like a lot as far as when someone orders, but it's quick. Like, they're just quick little things that you can do. I know Shauna had a really, really good point. She likes to, I think she adds people as friends after they order on Facebook. And then she'll say to them like, hey, I'm adding you as a friend just so that you see my messages when I reach out and follow up. That's an amazing thing. I love that she told us that. And I'm probably going to use that going forward. But I would love to hear, what are you guys doing? What things are working for you? Was any of this helpful? I know it might seem a little redundant, but really, I love the fact that we're able to provide whatever customer service we see fit. That's the coolest part of this. Do you follow up weeks after too? Sometimes I will. So if I see them posting pictures of themselves in their product, even if it's a picture of them and a bunch of their friends at the gym, or them out and I see that they're wearing the leggings, I'll reach out. But unless it's me recommending another product or being like, hey, you love the boyfriend hoodie, it just launched in a new color. I don't usually follow up weeks after. But depending on how your relationships are with your customers, that's amazing too. With friends, obviously we talk about it, but new customers who I don't know well, or new customers from parties, I usually just do it once, about a week after they get the product, and then I just put them on my email list. But that's a great idea to follow up, a few weeks after too, because then that gives people more time to, try out the product. Does anyone else have any questions on that? Or does anyone else want to unmute themselves and share something that they do that they love?
I mean, everybody on this call is definitely successful reps, so I'm sure they have good ways of doing it.
Oh, I'm sure they do. That's why I want to hear from people.
People are camera shy.
I know. I'm like, I don't want to hear myself talk. You tell me what you're doing.
Anybody. Well, I know Nikki's like killing sales this month, so she's doing something right. I don't know. I didn't look somewhere else, but Nikki's numbers, I just saw it. They're like amazing this month.
Nikki, share, please.
Nikki, if you had to share one tip, regardless if it's even related to customer follow-up, what would it be?
She's like, darn you, Leah.
I know, she hates me right now.
You're putting me on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do you think? How about this? What do you think has been the biggest driver of your success this month so far?
I've been working with my hostesses a lot more. Sorry, I have a kid screaming in the background too.
We all do.
Working with the hostess a little bit more on getting her party participants to get a little bit more interactive. So she's been posting a lot and messaging people and commenting, oh, you'd really love this. I know you like to do, body pump. You love to wear this, type of legging to work out. And so I think that's made a big difference. And then a lot of what you just said, Katie, with the follow-ups as well. Once I see that they've received their order, I do those follow-ups too. So I think that just being consistent with it is huge, I think.
But I love what you said about personalized stuff too. Like, I know you like body pump, so this might be a good fit. Because I'm a lazy shopper, so if somebody like knows what I might be looking for and they're willing to be specific and help me and be personal, I'll try it. Like, I'm sold. That's really good.
Yeah. I know a lot of her coworkers were in this event too, so I try to share outfits that I know they could wear to work. So that I think that helped too. Some, pieces that are versatile that they can wear to work and they can wear to work out.
Yeah. Totally. That's awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, I love what you said about being honest and sympathizing with your customers, because that is 100% true. Like I work out at a CrossFit gym, and we're all very close, right? So a lot of us know what people like, what people don't like. I have women who I know that they don't like lighter colors because they show like their imperfections or whatever it is. And I know that about them. So when they say to me, like, oh, do you think the hot pinks would be good? Do you think, I would like the same way? I'll be honest. I'll be like, you know what? They're not as forgiving. I don't think you would love them. Why don't you try like this one? Do you know what I mean? Because that's huge. That's so huge. You don't want to just lie to make the sale if you know that your customer is not going to love something. I love that. That is so, so good.
It's almost worth, for your best customers, it's almost worth telling them no one time.
Yes.
Like,
they appreciate that so much.
Or like, hey, I saw you just placed an order. It had this bra on it. I might be able to change it yet. I'm not sure you'd be crazy about it. If you're not, like, I'm happy to like give you free shipping, because I think it just shows that people are like, okay, she's not just here for a sale. It's a really good point. And then on the follow, where's my paper? What you said about being the face of the brand, Katie, I think is really, really important, because oftentimes we're like, oh, if they don't like it, like they can just send it back, or they can reach customer service, send it back to customer service. And I think we often forget that although we do have the support of customer service, we fully can use them. Like, we can say, hey, reach out to our customer service team, or send it back here and like, good luck. Or like, you can take 100% ownership into your own hands and control it from like the very beginning and absolutely be the face of the brand. And if there's something that like there's a hiccup on the back end, like, your customers don't need to know that. Like, you can 100%, when they think Zaya, they think of like you specifically, and you've got the support of customer service. But if you're willing to put a little extra effort forth and always be the face and take responsibility and like put your name 100% behind what you're doing, people notice that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's important. Like, if you really want, like, customer service to kind of do everything, like, anybody could go get a job at, like, Lululemon in the mall. This is an
Yeah.
opportunity to get paid more commissions by taking control of being the face of the brand. And that's where people can choose to take as much ownership or as little ownership really as they want in the business. And that's a great thing. But obviously, the more you take, probably the better outcome, I think. So I thought that was a really good point.
Well, and it's funny that you say that too, because I've been in the business for almost 2 years now, and I mean, granted, I love taking care of my customers. That's part of it, but I didn't even know that we could just like refer them to customer service until you said that. Which I wouldn't, but like I
Right.
didn't even know that some people did that.
Because your mind is set to be like a business owner with it, though. You know what I mean?
I guess I didn't even like. I just thought, people order, and I'm the person that they. So, anyways, yes, that's a great point. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And people always say like you're the special sauce of your business, and it sounds like so whatever, but it's their rep. They're going to think of you. They're going to think of like the experience that you're providing them, not just. And the other thing, you guys, I have customers who I know buy from me just because it's me, right? They buy from me because they are supporting me. Like, I know that they could go anywhere else and it'd be easier for them to just walk into a store and buy, but they do it because they love to support me. And that's why, like, I think providing amazing customer service and follow-up is the very least that we could do for those people, or all of our, customers. But it goes both ways. People feel it, and they in turn, want to support your business.
And people realize that you're making commission on their purchase.
Yes. Like, it's going to me. It's not going to, who knows who. And that's, people are sweet like that.
Awesome. Honestly, on this note, I'm going to go write out thank you cards because I have a pile here that I've not written out or sent out for like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. And I'm usually like an every week kind of person. Now I feel like there's a little fire under my ass.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions? Does anybody have any questions or anything they want to add? Okay, so this thing is recorded. I will get it uploaded and then send it out. It'll be posted wherever you usually find it so you guys can watch it.